Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Flix and Giggles. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with another series review. Today, we are going to take a look at One Piece season number 2. You know, we watched this
Yeah.
in 2023, and we really liked this. So we were really looking forward to season 2. I don't know what this
Mhm.
IMDb score is, but if we went into, let me just go into the actual season 2 and the episodes because these episodes got a lot of good, reviews. So the first one was 8.4. Second, everything is over eights,
Yeah.
over eights and nine, well, seven and eight, they really knocked it out the park. So obviously we
Dude,
know
they
why.
were tugging on the heartstrings and the
Yo,
reindeer thing, man.
dude, oh my
Holy crap.
goodness. Listen, they, man,
I was
you
like,
know
"That's
what?
dark as hell."
But you know what? Last year, not last year, the first season, they didn't
Mm.
do a lot with the devil fruit. But now, I mean, people are turning. They call
Everybody's got one, man.
everyone's a monster, basically. And I'm just like, what is going on here? And yeah, the
Well,
reindeer, Choppy, um,
is it
no,
Chopper? Chopper?
Tony Chopper, yes.
Yeah.
Tony Chopper. That was actually a really cool addition, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
He's
And
straight
there
from the
was,
anime. He's
yeah,
in the manga.
okay.
All basically all the characters are from the manga.
Hmm.
They made the slight tweaks a little bit, but like it's a lot of stuff that I've seen. Like this is the thing, I'm not diehard. I've seen the anime and I've looked at the manga a little bit.
Hmm.
The show gets bonkers where they're going with this thing.
Well, really?
The power levels, everybody's power levels rise up.
Wow.
It's kind of like Dragon Ball Z. They can't go any further until they get a power up.
Wow.
So, Luffy's gonna get a crazy power up, and he's gonna be badass soon. Everybody's gonna get a power up pretty
Hmm.
soon. But like, uh, a lot of the stuff from the anime is in the show, and I think they've done a decent job. Because like, here's the thing: converting anime into TV show is damn near impossible,
Yeah.
especially on a budget that's small.
Yeah.
Because you gotta you don't have all the time to do the special effects and all. So like having the chopper character, because I've seen it in the anime and I've seen him in the manga, and I was like, they're never gonna put him on. No, they put him on TV, put him in season 2, like nothing. And you know what? It looked pretty good. I wasn't like, oh my god, what the hell is this? I was like, oh okay, it fits because the way the show is filmed, it's got like a fun anime style
Yeah.
to it.
Right. Uh-huh.
So everything is ridiculous and enormous and ridiculous. Like making the phone calls on the snail thing, right?
Yeah.
It looks ridiculous, but they're doing it straight face like it's normal.
Hmm.
And so you just go along with it. And I think that's the testament to the show. A lot of the stuff that looks crazy, you just go along with it because that's what the show is.
Yeah.
And I think that's wild, man. What do you think about that? Because
Well,
it's just crazy stuff on the screen.
a
Insanity.
lot of this show is you're right. It's insanity. It's outlandish. It's just like, whoa, what's up with that? Um, with the what's his name? The leader, Walpole or whatever his name is, the guy with the metal
Oh,
mouth.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just like,
He's a hippopotamus.
I
Like, what is
mean,
he doing here?
yeah, and I'm just like, just a lot of the crazy stuff, like him eating soldiers, and I'm just
And
like,
then spitting it back out. Oh, that's crazy, man.
right,
That's
exactly,
crazy.
and it's just like, and again, it's it's done really well. It visually looks awesome. I mean, just visually
It looks
stunning.
fun. Like,
Yeah.
I that's the best
Mhm.
way to describe it is it looks fun.
Yeah. That's how I really describe this joint. This is a fun watch. 8 episodes. I watched 2 episodes like
Mhm.
Friday, and then I watched the rest of the 6 episodes last night. And I was just like,
Okay.
wow, I want to know what's going on. Wow, I want to know what's going on. Wow, I want to know what's going on. There is a lot of goofiness. I mean, his name should be Monkey D. Goofy,
It's a
opposed to
lot of
Monkey D. Luffy. And I think they did
Lu
that. Mhm. What's up?
Luffy drives me crazy
Yeah.
because he's charismatic, but he acts like he's 5.
Mhm.
right? But he's also like he's proud, he's got confidence, and
Mad
he's willing to
confidence.
go into battle, and
Mhm.
he's like, "Yo, it's just me. I gotta save the world right now," and he's put everything on the line. And I'm like, I can't get mad at that.
Yeah.
But he's a child, though. He's a little kid
He
that's like 20 something years old.
Yeah, kind of cool, kind of clueless too. Just like this is not. And
Clueless.
the thing about it is, and I think that's a really good point because we're looking at this series and we're like, wow, this guy is like completely clueless, right? Because
Yeah.
we're probably thinking like, wow, if I were in that situation, this is what I would do. And it's just like, well,
Yeah, like
no, they're in a totally different place, a totally different time, the whole nine. And I'm just like, wow, it's kind of crazy.
yeah, well, there's an example of this in season 2. I think it's like the 4th or 5th episode. No, when they dealt with the Mr. 3, or
Hmm.
the character number 3.
Hmm.
And he was like, "Yo, we got to follow all you guys, man.
Hmm.
Watching you guys up. We know what you can do. We know how you just run into battle and just headstrong and try to brute force your way through this thing." And like he's like, "Yo, that's his style to do everything. He's just I'm gonna punch it. I
Yeah.
can do that. I can punch it and it'll work." And somehow, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But like that's the crazy part about the show is that how do you take somebody so ridiculous and at the end of the season, you're like, "Yo, Luffy, man, yo, stand up, bro. Like,
Hmm.
good job, man." I don't know. I don't understand it
Luffy's the
because, like,
man. Luffy's the man. He's the
I
man.
rock with Luffy. I was saying, I was thinking about this the whole time I was watching. I'm like, "Yo, Luffy, if Luffy was a real life person
No,
and I was in the car with him, I would jump out the car off the freeway. Like, I would just jump out. Like, I can't take it. But
Luffy. Mhm.
I rock with
Yeah.
Luffy.
Luffy would have to be someone I grew up with to like continue messing with him. Just
Yeah,
like
you
I
gotta,
grew up with the
you gotta
guy. I mean,
dude, that's my
we
cousin, man.
we
You
were in
can't do nothing to
kindergarten
him, man.
together,
Mommy's making mad, yo.
Yeah, something like that.
He's
You
from
know,
around the way, yo.
but I love all the new introductions, the different characters. I
Mhm.
love this whole new Baroque works. I love that. That's kind of
Yeah,
ill,
yeah,
right?
it's interesting. It's a cool because like the so in the anime, like they're fighting other pirate gangs and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
it's insanity. The people they're fighting, all right, it's absolute insanity. And this guy's going to heaven. There's all kind of stuff's happening, all right. But I like the spy thing, the kind of spy thriller thing from this. And there's a whole top secret thing going on. They
Mhm.
have the Marines are involved in this thing. Like it's complicated. You're learning little bits each episode. I like that. It kind of grounds what's going on because the show's ridiculous.
Mhm.
And if the show keeps going, it's gonna get ridiculous. I can't stress this enough.
I mean, dude, if
The
they did live action like for as many seasons as they done with the with the anime, forget about it. It's crazy. Now let me ask you this here. So
We'll go
with Miss Wednesday,
there. Mhm.
who's I think Miss Wednesday is pretty hot for real, even though she's super short. But there is a
Kind of.
show on Netflix called Wednesday. Is
Yeah.
that like maybe a spinoff of that or what?
No, it has nothing to do with each other. This
Okay.
thing's Japanese anime, man. It's
Mhm.
totally different.
Yeah.
I like the Baruch works. I like because they have the name, the number, and the day of the week.
Mhm.
I like that. That's cool. All the characters, because what was it? The guys are numbers, and the girls are days of the week. Is that how this
Mhm.
works? I think that's the combination.
Miss all
It's
Sunday.
something like that,
Miss
bro.
all Sunday.
Bro, yo, man, she's cooking in the show, right?
She's cooking.
I'll say
Miss
I'm
all
rooting for
Sunday.
her, right?
It
I
like
like
it
Luffy and everything. I'm rooting for Miss on Sunday, right?
it just goes to show you, right? Again, when season one ended, we were like, hey, wow, I can't wait until season two, right? 3 years
Mhm.
or 2.5 years, we get season two. And
Yeah.
now we know that there is this spy element, or excuse me, at least this like, rogue element with the Baroque works. And we
Mhm.
also know that Princess Vivi or Miss Wednesday, she's got to go back to Alabaster, right? And save her,
Yeah.
her country or whatever.
That's
And
the
then
season 3 is gonna be that. Like,
season 3 is going to be crazy because they're going to have to go back there, like fight with like the Baroque works and everything else. I like the
Mhm.
fact that they introduced the Orgas, the giants. I was like, okay, are these guys fighting? Are they going to fight like Baroque works or something like that?
But
You
I'm saying
know?
like the anime and the manga is insanity like the Giants
Hmm.
and all this other stuff. Like it just gets bonkers, man. I think the creator of the show was just doing mushrooms and cocaine
Shrooming
and all,
out.
all kind of stuff
Just
all
like
at the same
designer
time.
drugs. I'm serious.
MDMA, like he was on everything all at the same time, and he drew this stuff. The show's bonkers. It just
So
gets different planet, all right?
so Monkey D. Luffy, he definitely has to like, step up his like, his devil fruit game because he's just a rubber man right now. But he
Yeah,
did something.
he's gonna step
Sometimes it's some goofy stuff, right? So for instance, when they were climbing up the mountains, right? He was
Mhm.
climbing up the mountain, right? And I'm just like,
Yes.
dude, why don't you just like stretch up there, boom, pull yourself up, stretch up there, boom. And he didn't do it. I'm just like, what's going
I think
on?
that's a budget thing, man. Because he did it for everything else. He stretched everywhere for everything else, but this is like, "Nah, Imma walk."
I mean, when Sanji fell off, he stretched his head to catch him.
I know, that's the thing, it's a budget thing.
Yeah,
It don't make any sense. It
you
don't make
know?
any sense. Yeah, this show it's so silly, but fun
Mm-hmm.
and serious.
Mm-hmm.
There's some serious topics in this season, man.
It's some good writing
Some
in this
super
joint, man,
serious.
for real.
Yeah, but I'm saying you gotta understand the insanity of this show. We have a serious topic about an antler that
Mm-hmm.
turned into a big antler, a regular antler size, and then an antler man. And he has the most saddest story I've seen on Netflix in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That story is sad as yo.
I
That story
mean,
was sad. I had to pause, like, damn, man, like the life's not that bad, yo.
right.
That his story is bonkers.
And
And
why two
then, yeah,
names? Tony
you know what I'm
Tony.
saying, but the thing about it is, it's a cartoon thing. Like, his
Mm-hmm.
animated little antler guy has this crazy sad story where you're tearing up, but it's silly because it's anime.
But
It
hey,
looks silly, but
he's
it
part of the
works.
Straw Hats now.
I this show is a testament to how something that should work works as
Yes.
long as you can make you believe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They have to when you're watching it, you have to sit down and turn your brain off and be like, "This is how this world works." And once you start believing how the world works, they can tell you this story, and you're gonna buy into everything that's going on.
Yeah.
There's an antler that's got
Mhm.
a sad story, and I
Dude.
was watching it like, yeah, man,
Well, wait a minute. Wait a
dude,
minute. You missing it. You missing the most important point.
Mhm.
He was shunned because he had a blue nose. So I guess that was like just something from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, maybe. And check
Talking
this
antler,
out. And he talks. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
So that's kind of weird
with
too.
his
But
high low voice.
he went from like, miniature reindeer, then a reindeer that can run on all fours, then to like a monster reindeer who's a biped. And you know what?
Dude, that thing
Here's the
was
thing about him though.
ridiculous.
To be so like, I mean, he's kind of diesel. To be so diesel, he has no like no powers, no skills. He's not strong, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? He's a
I think he's
pushover.
stronger than regular people,
Yeah.
but that in a world of the devil fruit, that means nothing, right?
Yeah.
You know
So
what I'm saying?
everyone, this thing is supposed to be so rare, but a lot of people have eaten the devil
No,
fruit.
no, we're in the midway or whatever that thing is. Craziness is on the other side of that thing because the
Mhm.
blue line is regular people
Right.
and regular stuff.
Mhm.
They're in the world of magical
The Grand Line.
infinity land,
Yeah,
right?
wow.
They're over there. So there, I'm pretty sure there's devil fruit everywhere. If you just go to the right place, you can find some devil fruit. Like, you're in the insanity land. You're not in
Yeah.
normal land anymore.
And your girl,
So that's
your girl, Peg Bundy, they did a great job on making her look really hot. I was like, wow, she's really cool.
can't
I
not
love
be, man. I'm sorry.
what you
She
say?
can't not be.
Yeah,
She can't not be.
right. And I was just like, wow, I really like that they brought her in, and I just
You
yo,
can hear her
listen,
voice instantly. The second I hear her voice,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay,
The
that's pretty
writing is
funny.
so good on this joint. And again, we
Mhm.
haven't watched the anime. This is straight up. We just started watching the first season and we're like hooked
Yeah,
now, right? This is all live
yeah.
action. Never saw like an anime. I was like looking at an
I watched a
anime.
little bit of it. After season 1, I watched a little bit of it,
Mhm.
but I didn't get far. I
Is
skipped
it too
ahead, and I
kitty?
seen some stuff, and I was like, "Okay, I gotta calm down right here."
Is it too kitty?
What?
Is it too kitty?
No, it's
Okay.
serious too. The anime is serious. It's Japanese, man. It's super serious too.
Wow.
And
That's
it then
crazy.
the thing is though, the anime starts really goofy and silly,
Mhm.
and then turns like the stuff that happens later on just starts getting more and more outlandish and more personal and serious. Like it's kind of weird. They're still doing the anime stuff, but the topics are serious. Like
Mhm.
some of these are episodes from the anime. Some of this stuff,
Yeah.
like season one was all from the anime, the beginning of the anime,
Mhm.
and this is like further in some stuff. But I'm not deep enough in it. I just watched a little bit of it. I'm like, "Ah, I gotta calm down on this. This is too much.
It's too
And
much.
yeah, yeah, and I haven't watched it since, so, like, I'm not too versed where this is in the anime,
Mhm.
but, like, I know the characters most of the characters are from the anime, I know that, and,
Mhm.
yeah, it's interesting, alright?
So
I'll put it like that, it's
so
interesting.
the character that was super annoying to me was I was gonna say Mr. Three with his like plaster, whatever he does, but it wasn't him, it was the king of whatever, the King
Hippo
Walpole.
guy,
Ki-
Walder or whatever his name is.
Walpole or
Dude,
whatever, with the
Booger guy
metal
was
mouth.
bothering me. Booger guy was bothering me in all kinds of
Oh,
ways,
oh
man,
my goodness. Listen. So
could not,
this
man.
is your superpower, right? Or this
Yes,
is your devil fruit thing. You
yeah, they all
grab
gotta take a
boogers out your mouth, throw them in their bombs. Dude, come on. You throw
Yo.
boogers as bombs. And I'm just like,
Mm,
that's okay. So see, that's the goofiness of it, right? Again, monkey D goofy, right? But that's the
yeah.
goofiness of it. It's a lot of goofiness going on. And the guy is like, the king, and again, this is I wouldn't say this is a serious, sort of film or a series because you can't be like, hey, I'm a king, and you're like eating your guards and killing like doctors. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, really? Are you
Yeah,
serious? But you don't look at it that way because it's One Piece. It's just something
you gotta
fun.
accept the universe. Once
Yeah,
you accept the universe, as
exactly.
outlandish as it is, it
Hmm.
just is what it is. Like,
Yeah,
you don't be like, I can't watch this garbage anymore." Like, you're like, just like, "Okay, that's weird, but alright." I mean, it is what it is. Like,
because
that's
they
the only way you
also
can look at this show.
Yeah, because they also Nami, she also calmed down a little bit. She was a little irritating in the first season. But hey, you know what? I noticed what they were doing with her. They kept giving us chest shots of her. And I'm just like, why? Like, what are you doing? I'm just like, this chick is like 4'10. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, stop it.
Everybody's tiny in this show,
Oh my
alright?
goodness, everyone's tiny in this show. What about Captain Smoker with the two cigars in his mouth?
Dude, the 2 cigars cracked me up. Like, how much
Mhm.
smoking do you need to do at one time?
And
He had, like, you know,
cigars, yes,
red barrel,
exactly.
whatever thing,
I thought they were
he got the
bullets, and
bullets
I
in
was
there.
like, "Yo, they're cigars."
Well, like, his devil fruit power is the smoke thing, so I guess it
Yeah,
makes sense. You gotta smoke it to get it, his powers up. I don't know.
that
I don't know.
was
He is
kind of.
hilarious.
But you know what? Out of all the devil fruit powers, which one was more interesting to you in season two?
The what's the girl? The All Sunday, whatever that girl's name is?
Miss All Sunday,
The
huh?
Yeah, yeah, her powers, like, she reach into you with some flowers pop up and she punch you in the
Right.
face. That's
Yeah,
some crazy work right there.
that's
How you gonna
crazy
stop
right
that?
there. Yeah, you know,
What are you supposed to
um,
do with that?
Captain Smokey is
Altered
kind of
dimension?
Captain Smoker. He's kind of his powers are pretty
Mhm.
interesting too with the smoke and everything. Um, so yeah, that's pretty cool. But
I wanna see what Zero's powers are. Mr. Copper or whatever his name is. What the
Zero, I
hell is his
mean,
power? If he
man,
this guy You have powers. This guy's throwing boogers that turn into bombs. This other girl changes her weights. This guy makes wax. This girl can punch you from yourself. Okay, what does this guy do that they're like, yo, you're the boss? What
Dude,
does he do?
come on. I mean, it's
That's
probably
fascinating
something
and scary.
crazy. Yeah. And see, that's what's so cool, right? The
Mhm,
the cliffhangers, there are good cliffhangers, you know.
mhm.
This cliffhanger it wasn't like a dud of a cliffhanger. It was just like, oh, I'm
Yeah,
definitely in,
it's like, get ready, stuff's about to
You
pop
you were
off.
not disappointed with this cliffhanger, you know?
No, no.
Yeah,
I
so I was
just
just
think,
like, and was it a
with the
cliffhanger? Do you
cliffhanger,
think it was a cliffhanger?
yeah, but I mean, like, because there's no show tomorrow. But
Yeah.
I looked at it like I want to see more now. Like, hurry up.
Mhm.
That's what I was looking at it.
Right.
Once I saw that, I was like, oh, come on, I gotta wait 2 years. Like that. That's what was annoying me.
Maybe
Like maybe
3.
they started filming already, and they did it faster. Because this show's a big hit. Like it's a big hit.
Mhm.
This is one of the big things on Netflix right now is this show.
They
So
said it's coming to the
maybe
theaters.
see that's what I'm saying. Maybe they'll film it another thing quicker. Because I don't want to wait 2 years. That's annoying.
Yeah.
And this show, but here's the thing: like when the show started, I was irritated, and I was like, ah, come on, man, it's so goofy.
Mhm.
And it starts getting serious and better and more interesting. Like when they went to was it the little island or whatever where the giants were?
Yeah.
That's the show got really
Little
good for me.
Little Garden, that's where it got good. That's where it got good,
The show
dude.
got really good when they
When they
got
went
to
to
the
the
little
Little Garden
garden.
because you had like dinosaurs, all this different fruit.
Yeah, yeah,
But you
you
know what?
saw a bunch of stuff.
Even some of the little girl who was painting people, and that was such a
That's
stupid, like, that's a
dumb, man.
stupid power. It's just like, see, when I see stuff like that, I'm like, okay, can someone, like, switch this chick up for real? Can we just switch her up for real? Because we know that's going to happen anyway. Let me ask you this here. So
Mm.
who were your favorite characters in this episode, in this season, I should say?
I like Sanjay.
Hmm.
I like him, but Mr. Chef, I like him. I like Zoro too.
Hmm.
Zoro's he's a one note character
Yeah.
because he's I'm ready to fight. I'm mad. Give me a beer. Like he's just that.
Give
He's
me my million
baseline
dollar
that.
check, you know?
Yeah, yeah. He's just he's baseline. I do like him though as a character. Because the fight scenes when he's involved is great.
Hmm.
He does good stuff. Like when he was in the bar, he's cooking everybody. He killed 100 people in the bar.
Dude,
I was like, let's go, man. Let's
that's
go.
crazy.
So I like them. I like Luffy, but Luffy drives me crazy when I'm watching him sometimes. And it's not till you get later on in the season. Like what's the Norma, whatever her name is, the girl. She was like,
Nami.
Luffy has Nami. She's
Mhm.
like, Luffy has this thing. It doesn't make sense. Can't explain it to you, but once he does it, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. That's
Right.
what Luffy was to me. When I
Mhm.
was watching, I'm like, oh my god, Luffy, stop being so goofy. And then he turns into the thing. It's like, oh, okay, Luffy's a man. All right, I
Mhm.
respect you, bro. Like so, it's like that stuff. I like the Miss All Sunday, whatever her name is. The that she's great. All right,
Miss All
she's
Sundays.
great.
Yeah, she's great all up and down for real.
She's
You know.
great. All right. And I like Wednesday. Wednesday was good too.
Yeah.
Um, Usopp grew on me a little bit. He annoys me too, but he grew on me, especially on the island that with the giants. He
Yeah.
stepped up there.
Stepped up.
He did
Mhm.
his thing there. Dude, he's getting punched in his face by pounds, all right?
And he
And
knew it
he's
too.
like,
He
I'm
was
just
like, because
he's like, I'm gonna take it.
as long as she hits me hard, she's gonna crack this whack. So the characters for
Yeah, yeah.
me, it's only like really Luffy, like you said, Luffy is kind of goofy, but I like him. Miss Wednesday, I really like her when she came into the picture because I think again, it's really for me, it's really interesting and cool when you like, add some like nice eye candy to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we had like Miss All Sunday, nice eye
Mhm.
candy. Um, I guess Nami as well, but I just don't like when women it feels like sometimes it feels like to me that they're exploiting women because they're showing them in a certain light all the time. It's just like, okay, can we
Okay.
stop?
No,
Can
I
we
see what
stop
you're
it with the
saying.
brush
Alright.
shots? You know what I'm saying? Um,
Mhm. Yeah.
so yeah, but Joe, here's something else though, right? Some really
Mhm.
goofy stuff. One, the well. The well was completely goofy. right?
Mhm.
And then how
Yeah,
the
yeah.
giants split the like, giant like goldfish like right down the middle. That was kind of
This is what I'm
ill.
saying.
That was
The
kind of
show
ill.
took forever to get going,
Hmm.
and for me, it wasn't until they got to that island with giants.
Little
That's when the
garden.
show
Yep. That's
finally.
when it started like
That's when the
kicking
show
off.
finally. The other stuff
Hmm.
beforehand, I was like, oh, when they were in the whale, and they're like, oh my god, just make this thing stop.
Okay.
I was like, hurry up, man, get the season going. I was
Yo,
gonna skip ahead, man, but I just powered through.
but you know what? When they were traveling up the
Hmm.
waterfall and then down the waterfall, that was kind of ill right
Yeah,
there. That's when they met the whale. And
yeah,
also
yeah.
that guy at the lighthouse. Listen, it was just some really interesting stuff. So let me ask you this here, and then wait a minute, let me see here. I have this. I want to say this here.
Hmm.
So whatever sort of time they're in, it's not
Hmm.
anything related to what we know as time, right?
I
Regardless
mean,
if it
that's not
was
Earth, man.
right,
Earth
it's
don't
not
look
even
like
Earth.
that.
Exactly.
Their equators on some another level, right?
Right. So it amazes me how, like, I mean, they're wearing like J. Crew stuff. They're wearing like Banana
Yeah,
Republic stuff.
they're wearing regular
Old boy had on
clothes.
Timbos. He
That
had on
cracks me up.
Tims. Old girl had on like it looked like a Burberry's coat. I was just like, where are they getting this fashion from? Sanji dresses like he's at an Ivy League school. Or I'm wait.
Dude,
Remember
I'm pretty
last
sure I have a
season.
shirt like that. When Sanji
Remember,
wears, I dress like
remember
that, man.
last season, old boy had a sweater over his shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just like
yeah,
and
yeah.
khakis on and top Sperry's. I was
Listen,
just like,
I
okay, what's
like
up,
I like that it doesn't make any sense. That's what I like about it. Like it's not in the
dude?
past, it's not in the future.
That's so.
It
Oh
doesn't make any
man, that is so
sense.
good
It
you
is
said
not
that.
supposed to.
That's probably the
It's not supposed.
best thing about this series. It makes
Mhm.
no sense.
Yeah. They're not even trying.
No,
That's the
they're
key
not.
part. They're not like, "Oh, no, it's continuity. This is 1804." Like, they're not doing any of that. They're like,
No.
"F it.
Yep, they're just going with it.
Go to the mall and go get some shirts, man."
Give me your best one or two episodes. Excuse me.
Um, I would say 7 was, I think, the best episode
Hmm.
because it was like that was heartfelt, man, and that
Yeah.
was kinda dark,
Hmm.
and it was like as far as, like, acting and everything else, I think they were asked a lot to do a lot, alright?
Yeah. Hmm.
With the anime, CGI, so they were asked to do a lot, so I think 7 was probably the best. I think 1 was the worst. It was a really bad episode,
Yeah.
and it's not bad because it was bad, it was bad because it took a long time to get started with the adventure.
Hmm.
The adventure took forever to get going, and it didn't need to. They
Yeah.
could have probably summed that up a lot quicker and got into it. They
Yeah.
because like each of the shows in the season were like an hour long, man.
Oh
Like
yeah.
till the end of the hour. There
Till the
wasn't
end.
like
Yeah.
most
Hmm.
shows are like 45 minutes,
No, not this one.
maybe 50 minutes. These were all an hour long. It got into an hour before the thing show credits came. So I think they could have trimmed some stuff and got this thing going quicker. But I would say seven's the best. Eight was good, but I think I like seven the best because this is the
Hmm.
most heartfelt one and most interesting. And six and seven.
Yeah.
And then I would say one was my dislike the most.
Yeah. One for me, one was it wasn't that it was bad, it was just that it was just too goofy. It's like
Mhm.
literally too goofy. Best
Yeah, yeah,
episodes
it's
for me was
goofy.
like 7 and 8. 7 and 8 just brought it all together for me. Seven was completely emotional. You kind of got like your eyes welled up a little bit, on seven. Also in eight
Yeah,
too,
you
you know what I'm
know,
saying? So it
yeah,
was
yeah.
yo, dude, you gotta like you gotta give it to this like crew who's putting this together, like the showrunner, the writers. Man, they are just on point. Again, like you said, this is just a goofy series. That's what you gotta understand, you know?
You have to accept it. You
You
have
have
to
to
come to
accept
terms
it.
with this
Once
goofy.
you accept that, then you get everything. You get this. I don't even know if they're called superpowers. They're calling them
Yeah.
monsters. So, but you get all of
Mhm.
that stuff, and it's just a really well made series, and you don't see a lot of those like on streaming services. So you kind of gotta give it to this crew who put it all together. And the joint looked beautiful. Come on. I mean, the water, when
Yep.
they were going up the water, I was like, wow, what's up with
Yeah.
that?
No, because each of the sets look interesting. Like they look like they built a whole set in the soundstage for each of these things. It doesn't look like, they're in the volume or, the set looks the same way. They just turned it to the left.
Yeah.
Like Star Trek to do that. They walk
Nah.
through a corridor. Okay, we're gonna walk the corridor this way now. Like they didn't do that. Each
No.
of the set looks different. Like
Yeah.
the bar looks different from the other thing, and like they have little nuances and stuff. Like they spent money and time on it. I would say
Yeah.
that, and I,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
Really,
the effort.
really thoughtful. This show is really thoughtful. We are talking about One Piece season 2. Keo, what are you going to
Mhm.
rate this joint?
I'm gonna give it an 8. It was driving me crazy, but at the end, I was like, I still like it, man. I don't
Mhm.
know, I don't know what it is. I give it 8. Yeah, the story was good. It took a long time to get going. I like the introduction of new characters. I don't think there's any characters I didn't like. I even like Booger Guy, man. And he's gross as hell, but like I didn't mind him.
Yeah.
He seemed like he's smart. He's aware of things.
Yeah.
I respect villains that are aware of things. They're not dummies.
Yeah.
So yeah, like and Mrs. Zero is a good character. There's a bunch of new stuff that's interesting, and I think it could go a long way. So like I like that. But yeah, I thought it was decent. It's worth watching for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, dude, I'm going to give it a 10, right?
Mm.
Um, for me to sit down and watch 6 hours of anything is just completely
Just straight.
bonkers,
And it
outlandish, ridiculous, right?
yeah.
And I
Yeah, yeah.
did that like a pro last night.
Mm.
And the reason why I did that is because every time an episode ended, I was like, I need to see what's going on next, right?
Mm.
And
Yeah.
although the first episode took some time to, sort of build and it was really goofy, like you said, this is a goofy series. So you have to like really put that into perspective, right? But I
Mhm.
thought all the dumbery about the series was really cool. Like the guy with the metal mouth, and then he opens up and he's eating people. That's like really goofy. And then like,
Mhm.
Zoro is who's having like those sort of flashbacks with the guy who defeated him.
That was good.
Um,
That was good.
that was really good, wasn't it? Miss Wednesday.
Mhm.
Just everything about this show is just really fun, interesting, and just I mean, the whole team who put this thing together, man, you got to give them a 10 because these guys just really put it together. The writing was excellent. Visually, it was dope. CGI was sick. Whatever sort of AI they used was banana cake. Everything about
Mhm.
this joint I thought was really dope, man. So I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 10. So that's pretty cool. We are talking about One Piece season 2. It is available on Netflix. Keo gave it an 8. I gave it a 10. And we know that there's going to be a season 3. So I'm looking
Mhm.
forward to that. Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another Flix and Giggles. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.